What's up, everybody? Mini Ain. I'm 22 years old, born and raised here in America. I'm a computer engineering major, and I'm a proud Yoruba boy. I can speak Yoruba somewhat fluently, not perfectly, but just enough to keep me connected to my roots. This is my very first video on the channel, and I want it to be as real as possible. So for this video, I want to share some of the things that I've lived and I've learned. I know that there's some people out here walking the same path as me, so this first video is going to be something a bit personal. The topic of today is what it's like growing up without a father or male role model to guide you into manhood. It's not just my story, it's a struggle a lot of us can relate to. Follow me as we dive into this topic with true life stories from Maine. To start off this video, I want to touch on the topic of self-awareness and the struggles that come with it. When you grow up without a strong male figure in your life, it forces you into a level of self-awareness early on. You kind of have to figure out what being a man means without someone to show you, and that's tough. For me, it felt like being thrown into a maze without a map, or a running path without the path. Every decision, from how to deal with anger, how to handle relationships, how to stand up for yourself, you're just figuring out as you go. Every thought, every action is being criticized by you because nobody else is criticizing it. And that lack of guidance leaves scars. I've seen it from friends. I've seen it from family friends. I've seen it from uncles, from male mentors, and not only in my life, but the ones that I've come across with. You see other kids with their dads teaching them stuff from how to change a tire, how to approach women respectfully, how to carry yourself when you enter a room, how to have a firm handshake when you greet someone for the first time, and continue having a firm handshake when you meet anybody. And you start asking, why don't I have that? Or why do I have to figure it by myself? The truth is, men without role models often struggle silently. You feel like you have to be strong all the time, but inside you're searching for direction. For me, I saw it a lot as a young kid, seeing other kids act out, myself included. I'm one of the kids who, early on, I lost my father around age 6. And it wasn't until age 12 that self-awareness kicked in, and I started having thoughts that, wow, these friends that I have who have fathers in their life, they kind of carry themselves differently. They know how to speak when called on. They have a firm handshake when I go to dap them up. And these are things that just never occurred to me. I was raised by a single mother, so, and not to the detriment of single mothers, but there's some key things that they miss out when in raising a man. Another thing I want to touch on is young kids, young boys who are going through the same struggle start to develop something of a damaged worldview. You start looking at other potential role models, uncles, coaches, just older men in your life, and instead of seeing them as mentors, you reduce them to just another guy. I had the fortune of meeting a great male mentor role model in high school. He was a pastor. His name is Mr. W. Since I don't know if I can name drop him here, but from the moment I met Mr. W, the only African American male on staff in the entire building, I connected with him. He was an amazing male mentor to me, not only in seeking me out in the school and asking me how my day is going, but me seeking him out daily until I graduated and asking him, hey, how's your day going? How do I do this? I'm applying to universities now. I got a job now. For young men, I don't want you to, because you have a unreliable male model in your house, I don't want you to broadcast that worldview outside of the house. There are great men that know how to guide you, that will guide you into manhood. Another thing is, let's be real. When boys grow up without a foundation, we cope in different ways. Some positive. Some might throw themselves into school, do great in academics. Some might do sports or creative outlets just to keep themselves busy and give themselves some type of structure. For me, diving into computer engineering wasn't just about school, it was about discipline. It gave me something solid to build my identity around. But on the flip side, there are negative things too. Acting out, chasing validation, jumping into toxic friendships or relationships. Some guys just start moving reckless. If you have no one to guide you and you're guiding yourself, you do it all. Whether it's with a woman, with money, or even with crime, because no one ever showed them boundaries. The scary part is a lot of them don't even realize they're coping. They just call it life. I have no one to guide me. This is my life now. For me, early on, I realized that after I had the epiphany that these guys with fathers, they act differently. I decided that I should become friends with these people. I believe that's why male friendships are so important. Real friendships, not surface level ones where it's just about partying or flexing or who has the better job, who has more money. I'm talking about brothers who hold each other accountable. Friends who will check you when you're slipping, who will tell you, nah, bro, that's not it. You can do better. You should want better for yourself. When you don't have a father figure, your circle becomes your teachers. That accountability is the closest thing to mentorship some of us have ever got in our life. And honestly, it can save lives. We should change the conversation a little bit from how did we get here to where do we go from here? How do we flip this struggle into growth? I think it starts with changing the narrative. Instead of pretending everything's fine, we need to actually talk about the weight that fatherless homes carry. Open up about not having a dad and how it affected us. Because the truth is, silence is what keeps the cycles repeating. Too many fathers leave the house without a second thought to their kid, and it's probably they think, oh, I don't like this woman anymore. Let me leave. Let me go to another woman I like, without realizing that you're like a father, or you're like a farmer who planted a seed. You're like two farmers who planted a seed. You can't leave the farm and expect the other farmer to take care of the seed that y'all planted together and nourish it, weather the storms, till it, move it to better land, watch it grow from a bud to a sapling to a big tree, finally giving harvest, and then you come back at harvest time and you're like, hey, where's my share? It's not here. And with doing that, we need to make intentional choices. Choosing to mentor younger boys, even in small ways. Choosing to build healthier relationships with our moms, siblings, and partners. Choosing to redefine manhood in a way that's not about ego or toughness. It's about responsibility and presence. So yeah, that's a little piece of my story and perspective. Growing up without a father or male figure in your life isn't easy, but it doesn't have to define you in a negative way. If you relate to this, or you have your own experiences to share, drop them in the comments. I want this channel to be more about me just talking. I want it to be a space where we build community and hold each other accountable. This is just a start. If you rock with this message, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with somebody who needs to hear it. I'm Annie, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.